guys, this is Zach with Deeply Driven Outdoors. Today I'm trying to figure out where I want to go duck hunting. Super on the fence. Part of me is wondering if I want to go back to the creek. I've hunted that a lot. Kind of want to change the scenery. There's one of my previous favorite spots that doesn't have as much water, but does have water, and I haven't hunted that all year. So I kind of want to go check that out. And I cannot pick. It's like time to leave the house, and I can't pick. So I'm just gonna flip a coin here. We're gonna say heads is the creek, tails is the marsh. And the penny is heads, so I'm going to the creek. Shoot, I had one on the water, but I couldn't see him in the shadow of the bank, so I walked to the bank a little bit. He got up, still couldn't see him till he was gone. There'll be more though. Got one. Well, that'll kind of work. Wish I would have shot a little bit better on that pass, but ooh, here's the sticky part. But I got him. I gotta have chest waders, holy crap. Alright. Got that duck. I didn't know if they were gonna land or not, so I was kind of waiting to see, and then I'm like, well, better take the one of the bird in the hand versus two in the bush, but it's green-winged teal, so on the board. That was a nice flock, dude. In that first shot, I just kind of did some flock shooting, and you know, that went as you'd expect. It's a nice flock of 15, 20 come by. I think I actually got that on video this time. I did such a bad job in my last video. Had a nice flock come by and dropped one, so better than none. Flocks like that in the past would have just like whiffed the whole thing, but didn't really get my head down and just kind of did a little bit of flock shooting on the first shot, so you'll have that. So I got one, but I haven't seen the movement. Like early morning, I heard some ducks, but I've not like seen the groups up moving around and stuff. So they could trickle in. I suspect that they like to loaf here, because like the last time I was on this creek, I limited in this spot, and it took me to like 10 o'clock. They just trickled in a little bit by little bit, but still have not seen the early morning like flocks of birds in movement like I have before. But got one on the board, so that's good. So I opted to buy this Mojo extension pole. I guess your decoy up 12 feet. Of course, you push it into the water, into the ground some, and you're not 12 feet above the air, or above the water surface. But my thought was, I wanted, since I'm down in a creek bank, I wanted the decoy to be up above the creek bank so birds flying around could see it, kind of have it out of the way, and then pull them into the spread. So I don't know if it's up quite high enough. I want it up higher, but we'll see if that pans out. The something I've been kind of wondering is, I've been doing a lot better like getting some ducks, but vast majority are teal. And if I'm shooting 1 or 2 mallards a season, that's doing pretty good. Like mallards, like they're the quintessential duck of duck hunting, right? That's the duck you think of. And I'm not the only person that like struggles to shoot mallards. I mean, I don't know what the key to it is. Like, I wonder what the difference between hunting teal versus, I mean, let's say even widgeon. I've never shot a widgeon. Let's say even widgeon, pintail, gadwall, we'll throw them in there. Large puddle ducks. Because like, I've shot 2 pintail in my life. I've shot, a handful of mallards. 0 widgeon, and then some gadwall. And all the time I've been out duck hunting. So I wonder like what you gotta do differently. I mean, I'm sure some of it has to do with like, I know you gotta hide better. But then some of it's like a case of, like, when I'm watching birds, you'll see mallards 500 yards away, and they'll get up and they'll do that thing with like the circle. circle, and everyone is screaming at it with the duck call, and they don't work into anybody. But then there's guys that like, boy, they can clobber mallards. I'm wondering like, what's the difference between your average, you know, teal plus spread versus, you know, spread that'll kill mallards. Going out with some confidence you're going to shoot some mallards. I wonder what the difference in that is. Well, the sun has come up and it is going to sear my retinas out at this point for a bit until it gets higher. So I think I might go for a little paddle, do some more exploring. So the birds are not really flying here, so it's worth maybe taking a little look-see around, getting to know the area a little bit better. Then I'll come back. Hopefully the sun will be a little higher in the sky, but yeah, I'm just gonna take my gun and paddles and go for a little jaunt. What I think is a duck up here, but I want to make sure it's not like a grebe or something too. Nice. All right, I'm gonna go get that woody. First woody of the year. Right there. Very cool. Nice. Well, got a wood duck. Get the teal up here. Four of them kind of lumped together. One of them spread out. I don't know if I'm gonna get closer than this. I'm gonna try them. I'm gonna see if I can get them. A little far. Still think that was too far. Dang. Well, this little exploration has been pretty enlightening. So we got one more duck out of it. Had a couple other shots I've missed. They're a little far out, but you know, you keep having to think like, when are the birds gonna get up? They look uneasy, you know. So missed a couple, got another one, but I'm finding some neat looking stuff to hunt. So it'll this is definitely opening up my hunting spots for sure. Even in, you know, when the water's more normal, it'll still be good. I went on that little walkabout. You know, I found a handful of juicy looking spots. So I'm gonna go back to my decoy spread and sit on that for a bit, finish my coffee, but it'll probably be close to 10 o'clock by the time I get back there. So we don't have all day, but getting out of my comfort zone a little bit this year, and I'm finding, I mean, if you count the individual spots on this creek, I found a lot of new spots in my drought year, you know, so that's always nice to know. Always nice to have in your back pocket, because who knows when this drought's going to end. Well, I made it back to my decoy spread. I don't see any of them moving on their own, so don't think we got any ducks in there. This is seeming a little stale, and the weather has not been great. The weather, we don't have like a nice cold snap for a while. We got a little one coming midweek. It'll drop about 10 degrees with some north and west winds. But it's been warm and it's been kind of stale. These birds have been getting shot up a lot. There's only so many places left that you can hunt ducks because, you know, everything's dry. So we'll see. We'll see if we get a push here. That'd be kind of nice. But man, I'm so ready for this drought to be done. And when it is done, like, and we get water all back in the traditional places that have had water, all back in these floodplains and everything else, it's gonna be nuts. The duck hunting is gonna be wild, because we've got, like, there's spots that used to have like really sticky mud that are dried up and the mud's getting solidified. Vegetation's growing in all these places, real nice thick vegetation to hide, for the ducks to hide in, for hunters to hide in, for the ducks to feed on. So like, man, when we finally get rain, when this drought's finally done, it's gonna be insane. But until then, I'm just gonna keep grinding it out. You know, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pick up these decoys and I'm gonna start paddling out, and I might shoot a couple of ducks on the way out. We'll see. Might shoot a pheasant on the way out. I'm gonna wear my orange hat for the paddle out, so that'll be legal, just in case one decides to spook off the bank and, you know, fly over me. Then I'll be legal to shoot the pheasant too. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Pretty sure that was a shoveler, but whatever. Got it on the third shot, which is kind of rare. I didn't even see that thing. She just flushed up and missed once, missed twice, led a little bit more on the third one and hit it down over here somewhere in this stuff. There's a shoveler right there, old boot lips. Oh man. Okay, well, that's duck number 3 for the day. So that's duck number 3 on the day. That's number 19 on the year. I said my best year that I've kept record for is 23 ducks. So I got like 4 more ducks to go to tie that for the year, and it's like November 7. So I got like over a month of duck hunting left. Well, that's it for this hunt. I did get another shoveler on the way out, so that's kind of nice. Ended the hunt with 3 ducks, so I'll take it. You know, kind of a slow day. I killed 2 of them while paddling. I prefer to decoy ducks, but I'm not above a jump shoot. So worked out. I'm gonna go home and get these birds cleaned up and get to doing other stuff. So appreciate you guys watching another episode of Deeply Driven Outdoors. Hit the subscribe button if you would. Also, if you like podcasts, I got a podcast called Deeply Driven Outdoors Podcast. If you really like what you're seeing, want to support it, I have a Patreon. It's only $5 a month to get exclusive content. It's patreon.com/deeplydrivenoutdoors. Anyway, that's it. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.